What if every successful person alive had a cheat code that allowed them to grow their business effortlessly and smash every goal they set? And what if you could use it as well? Well, it turns out there is, and every successful entrepreneur on the planet has used it to take their business to the next level. I'm going to show you what that cheat code is, how I used it to grow my business to over $20,000 a month, and how you can use it to do the same. And it all starts with you understanding why you're struggling to scale your business in the first place. I'm Ross Harkness, founder of selfmastery.co, a bespoke consulting company that helps entrepreneurs take themselves and their business to the next level. So why isn't your business growing the way you think it should be? Well, it's not for the reasons you'd expect. So I'm going to show you what the real reason is so that you can finally understand how to break through to that next level with your business. Now, I first felt the pain of my business not growing back in early 2022. I was starting my first real online business in the form of ghostwriting on Twitter. And because I grew my own audience to around 50,000 followers, I saw some great success in getting my first few clients, and I actually hit a $10,000 a month within 3 months of starting the business. But as time went on, I noticed my business wasn't growing. Some months I would hit $10,000, some months I would only hit $5,000. My business went from an exponential curve upwards to a varying curve of peaks and troughs. I sat there scratching my head, wondering what the hell was going on here. Why was my business so inconsistent, and why could I not get past that $10,000 milestone? I spent the first half of 2022 trying to find a way to break through my plateau until one day I came across a book and I had this incurable urge to buy it. And look, I'm a big fan of physical books, you can probably tell looking behind me, but I wanted this book right now so badly that I ordered the audio version right there and then just to feed my desire to devour it. That book changed everything for me. So you know how your market is saturated? Well, I used to think my business wasn't growing because my market was saturated. At the time, Twitter was flooded with ghostwriters offering crazy results, and so I thought that was the issue. My business wasn't growing because there was just too much competition. But this book made me realize that it wasn't competition, economic downfall, or uncontrollable factors that were limiting my business success, and instead, it was something much closer to home. Realizing this and getting clarity around what was holding my business back was incredibly powerful, because I could then look to actually fix the problem and grow my business rather than blaming things I had no control over and staying stuck where I was. I used this understanding to identify the problem and scale my ghostwriting business to a peak of $15,000 in a single month. Now, I've since closed down my ghostwriting business because, quite frankly, I love creating content for myself, but I absolutely hate doing it for other people, and I actually found running this business and having this negative connotation around creating content impacted my own content. But I have used the exact same lessons to help scale my current business to over $20,000 every single month. You see, what I realized was that it's not the market, high competition, or customers that were holding my business back. It was me. I realized that you cannot act outside of how you see yourself. So have you ever paid attention to someone who sees themselves as an athlete? The way they treat their body through both diet and exercise is so vastly different from the average person. They make the right nutritional choices and they train every single day without a second thought because it is aligned with the beliefs they have about themselves. Whereas someone who believes that eating healthy and going to the gym is difficult can never bring themselves to do either because they believe these things are difficult and that they struggle to do them, and so they will act in accordance with that belief. They will act as if doing these things are hard and therefore they won't do them. So if you see yourself as someone capable of only growing a business to $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, then your subconscious mind will do everything it can to make sure you don't scale your business beyond that point. It will make sure you act in accordance with your beliefs. It's why my business was full of peaks and troughs. I would hit $10,000 this month and my subconscious would think that I was getting too close to breaking past my identity, past my beliefs about who I am. And so next month it would cause me to self-sabotage through procrastination or inconsistency, and my income that month would drop. So if you're scratching your head about why your business isn't growing, stop looking externally. Start looking internally. Your business is where it is because your identity, who you believe yourself to be, is holding you back from growing it further. So let's dive into how you can use the cheat code that every successful entrepreneur uses to get past this limiting identity and scale your business. Have you ever wondered what all the top entrepreneurs have in common? Whether it's Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Alex Hormozi, Iman Gadzhi, or Sam Ovens? Well, it is their ability and willingness to use this cheat code to grow out of their limiting identities that hold them and their business back. Alex Hormozi has said this himself.
Do you think that belief serves you? And I say this because there are so many beliefs that we speak over ourselves, these traits that we claim to have, we claim them. In order to grow, your identity must be whatever is required to grow. Period.
When he moved away from home to go all in on opening his first gym and then scaling that business, exiting and starting his current company, each time he was trying to grow to the next level, he had to use this cheat code to get him and his business to that next level. When Sam Ovens started consulting.com, he had to shed that limiting identity of being a broke employee at Vodafone so that he could get his business to the place he wanted to take it. Now, I'm not Alex Hormozi or Sam Ovens, but I've used the same cheat code to grow my business as well, and if you want to grow yours, you've no damn choice but to use it. Business is like playing a video game. You might be good enough to complete the beginner levels and grow to a certain point, but eventually you'll come across a level that you're not capable of completing as you are, and so you have to enter a cheat code to give you an extra boost and to move on to the next stage. Now, what is your business? And I don't mean what do you do, I mean what is your business the output of, the reflection of? Well, your business is the output of your actions and decisions. You know, if you take it back to the most basic level, you decided to start a business. That was a decision. You then took certain actions to start it. You then made a pile more decisions and a pile more actions to get your business to where it is now. But the actions and decisions that got you to point A are not the same actions and decisions that will get you to point B. And so to get to point B, you have to take different actions and make different decisions. You have to make a change. But if you have beliefs and an identity that stop you from taking the right actions and making the right decisions to get to that next level, then you'll never get there. You see, the version of you that got you to where you are now is not the version of you that will get you to where you want to go. To grow your business, you must grow as a person. And so the cheat code to success is to shift your identity. Every single successful entrepreneur has done this. They've changed their beliefs to allow themselves to take the right actions and make the right decisions. Have you ever sat there and thought about how to grow your business, but you're clueless, you're scratching your head and not sure where to go or what to do? Well, this is quite simply because you're not yet the person capable of scaling your business. You have beliefs about yourself and the world that hold you back. But you can change this. You can shift your identity and remove what is holding you back so that you can go out there and achieve your damn goals. So let's go over exactly how to shift your identity so you can harness the power of becoming the person you need to be. So step 1, how many times over the past 7 days have you said to yourself, I don't know what to do? I don't know how to grow my business. I can't grow my business or anything remotely similar. To shift your identity, you first need to do 2 things. 1, understand how beliefs work. A belief is something about yourself or the world that you perceive to be true. And for you to accept something as true, you must repeatedly experience it. But experience isn't what you think it is. You know, it's not just you seeing something in front of you with your 2 eyes and I'll prove it to you. Right now, close your eyes. Think of an impactful moment in your past, something that sticks out, something important that's happened to you. What do you notice when you revisit this memory? You feel the same emotions you felt when it happened. You see the sights you saw. You might even smell the same smells. You are experiencing this moment all over again with the same levels of depth and emotion than when it originally happened. Yet it's not something that you're seeing in front of you with your 2 eyes. This means that experience is not limited to what happens in your physical reality and that it also includes your thoughts, your mental reality. The second thing is to utilize the most powerful tool in the world. So if your experience includes your thoughts and repeated experience builds your beliefs, your thoughts can entirely rewire your mind. And if you cannot act outside of what you believe to be true, your thoughts can, do, and will determine the actions you can take and therefore the results you get in your business. For example, I used to believe I was a hard gainer. I couldn't put on weight no matter how many calories I ate. And because we act in accordance with our beliefs, I never tracked my calories to see how many I was actually eating, and I would only eat, 2 massive meals a day. So I felt like I was eating a ton, but I really wasn't. So it wasn't that I was a hard gainer, but that I just wasn't eating enough calories. I was self-sabotaging myself because I was acting in accordance of what I believed to be true about myself. I was subconsciously doing things that caused me to sabotage my progress, because for me to have achieved my goal of putting on muscle, I would have had to act outside of my identity, outside of what I believed to be true about myself, which was being a hard gainer. And that is something that you cannot do. So if you say to yourself multiple times a week, or even multiple times a day, that you cannot grow your business, or that you don't know how to get more customers, you're creating an experience in your mind that over time forms beliefs that you cannot grow your business, that you cannot get customers, or whatever it is. And so you will self-sabotage and subconsciously do whatever it takes to ensure your business doesn't grow, that you don't get customers. And here's the kicker: because it is subconscious, you won't even realize you're doing it. You'll procrastinate, you'll be inconsistent, you'll spend more time doing admin than high dollar work, you'll avoid learning new things that could help your business, and you'll do whatever else it is that ensures your business stays where it is. And because you believe your beliefs to be true, you believe the actions you're taking are correct, because you act in accordance with your beliefs, which are things you perceive to be true, and so you will never spot what you're doing wrong. This is why it's self-sabotage. Now, what is the most powerful tool on the planet? You might think of some massive drills seated in the Atlantic Ocean upon an oil rig, or you might think of the stealth bomber, or maybe a nuclear power plant. But what if I told you that the most powerful tool on the planet resides inside your head? Your mind is more powerful than any computer, any power plant, or any fighter jet on the damn planet. It is the single driving factor in how you perceive reality, make decisions, and take actions. But your mind is like a muscle that can be trained. If you train it in the wrong way, it can ruin your damn life. If you train it in the right way with the right experiences, it can build your life and your business. But how can you train it correctly? Well, it starts with step 2. If you look back over the past month, or even the past 6 or 12 months, did you ever look to improve yourself, to improve your business? Or did you just try a new strategy, funnel, or marketing technique that ended up with you being back in the exact same place you started? It doesn't matter what funnel you use, what business model you build, or what copywriting technique you follow. If you have a belief or an identity that holds you back, then these funnels and techniques and strategies will all fail. A shiny new funnel, a shiny new offer or marketing strategy is like having the body of a Ferrari. The potential is massive, it looks amazing, and it's capable of withstanding insane speeds. But if you have a 1-liter petrol engine fitted inside that Ferrari body, it's impossible for you to make that Ferrari body work. So you need to take out that tiny weak engine and replace it with something much more powerful. That 1-liter petrol engine is you with your limiting beliefs and identity. That Ferrari body is all the marketing strategies and funnels and techniques that you use. For you to make a business model, funnel, or strategy work, you still need to make the right decisions and take the right actions in every single part of not only your business but your life. And so you have to shift your identity and put in a new engine. But to do that, you need to know what engine to put in that Ferrari body, because there's no point taking out a 1-liter petrol engine and putting in a 1.4-liter diesel engine. You need a massive 6.5-liter V12 to truly push that Ferrari the way you want to push it. So let's dive into how to figure out who you need to become. You need to ask yourself what type of person would be capable of achieving your business goals. Think about if you wanted to be an elite basketball player. What would you do? You would instinctively look at Michael Jordan and see what his habits, his mindsets, his routines, his beliefs, his nutrition, and his training were like, and you would copy it exactly as it is. Business is no different. If you want to grow your business, you need to ask yourself what habits, mindsets, beliefs, routines, nutrition, and work you would need to achieve your goals. If you want to build $1 million business, you can't be getting shit-faced drunk every Friday night. You can't be eating pizza for every meal, sleeping into lunchtime, and blaming your lack of progress on external factors. This right here is simple, and often once you do it, it's obvious, but without this clarity on the type of person you need to become, it's impossible to even start to utilize this cheat code and shift your identity. Next is step 3. Over the last 7 days, you might have said to yourself, I don't know how to grow my business 10 times. But how many times have you said to yourself, I can figure out how to grow my business? When I was growing my business and I hit my first plateau, I was constantly saying, I don't know how to grow my business, but I never said anything positive. And here's the thing, remember, your thoughts shape your beliefs dictate your actions. If you're constantly saying and thinking negative things, you're only going to get negative results because you're always reinforcing those negative beliefs. So to even start becoming the person you need to be, you need to brainwash yourself by saying positive things. And yes, I know this sounds like hippie law of attraction bullshit, but trust me, I thought the exact same thing until I tried it myself and researched it, This is psychology. The words you say create an imprint on your mind that forms your perceptions of the world and therefore your actions. He who believes he can and he who believes he can't are both right. So to utilize the power of your thoughts and your words to help you shift your identity and scale your business, you need to do two things. Anytime you say something negative to yourself, correct it. If you say, I don't know what to do, correct yourself and affirm that I can figure out what I need to do. That slight shift is a tiny shift that creates a massive imprint on your mind and beliefs that over time changes the beliefs you have and therefore the actions you can take and the results that you can get. And then you need to create a reprogramming protocol. All those habits, mindsets, routines and beliefs you wrote about in step 2 are those of the person capable of scaling your business. And so you want to live in accordance with all of them, because if you do what person A does and you believe what person A believes, you are no different from that person. And so if you build the habits, mindsets, beliefs and all the rest of the person that is capable of scaling your business, over time you'll become that person with the necessary knowledge, skill, experience and beliefs required to grow your business. So write out all of those habits, mindsets, beliefs and routines that you wrote about in step 2, but write about them as if they are already a concrete part of your life, and write the emotion that you would have from doing those things. For example, if you said the person you need to become spends the first 4 hours of their day working on their business, you would write, I spend the first 4 hours of my day working on the most important tasks for my business. It makes me proud and fulfilled knowing that I'm starting my day by focusing on what matters. And you would do that for every single aspect you wrote about in step 2. But to really create a lasting internal change in your beliefs and in turn your identity, actions and business, you need to follow step 4. So the first thing to do here is read this document every morning when you wake up and every evening before you go to sleep. Remember, your thoughts are internal experiences. Repeated experience forms your beliefs dictate your actions and therefore your results. If you're always saying to yourself, I can't grow my business, how on earth can you expect to take the actions and make the decisions needed to grow your business? You can't, because every time you say that you can't do it, you create a repeated experience and solidify that belief that you can't do it. But if one of your beliefs inside your reprogramming protocol is, I am more than capable of scaling my business beyond my wildest dreams, I am willing to do whatever it takes and it makes me feel fulfilled knowing that I'm able to take my business to the next level, and you read that belief every morning and every night, seeing it as an image inside your mind, almost like a vivid memory, you create a repeated experience that over time rebuilds your beliefs, allowing you to take the actions and make the decisions needed to grow your business. If you were to only take one thing away from this video, make it this: you cannot act outside of what you believe to be true. So curate your beliefs to give you an advantage, not a disadvantage. The second thing you need to do is truly prioritize building those habits that you wrote about. Because as much as your thoughts create experience, you know what forms an even more impactful experience? Your actions. So act in accordance with the person you say you are. If you say you spend the first 4 hours of your day working on your most important tasks, make that a non-negotiable. Do whatever you have to do to make sure you do it. And by doing it, you prove to yourself that this is who you are, and further instill the belief system and identity of the person you need to become to scale your business, and over time through repetition you become them. Every time you do this, it creates a flywheel effect. You say to yourself that you do a habit, that makes you more likely to do it. Then you do everything possible to make sure you do that habit, reinforcing that belief that you are that person who does that habit. And because that belief is stronger thanks to you both reading the document and taking action, you're more likely to do it again in the future, building this new identity and removing the limiting beliefs that hold you and your business back by reinforcing the opposite positive beliefs through repetition. You end up like the athlete who doesn't think twice about working out or eating right. It's just part of who they are. This means when your business hits a certain point, you're not going to sabotage yourself and procrastinate. You're not going to be inconsistent. You're not going to fall into a rut, and you're not going to hit a plateau because you've removed the beliefs that cause you to hold your business back. And now you see yourself as someone capable of growing further. You're not at your ceiling. You're not being held back by beliefs that make you subconsciously think you can only take your business to this point. You have room to grow and you have all the tools you need to make it happen. You are the person capable of growing your business, all because you use the cheat code that every successful entrepreneur uses, and you shifted your identity to allow you to take the right actions and make the right decisions. Now, this won't be easy. So if you want to know how to force your brain to crave doing hard things so that you can actually follow through with this process and scale your business, check out this video here.